Tantor Audio, a division of Recorded Books, presents The College Devaluation Crisis, Market Disruption, Diminishing ROI, and an Alternative Future of Learning, by Jason Wingard, Ph.D. Narrated by James Fouhey. Publisher's note: in this audio edition, you will hear references to figures and tables present in the print format of the book. Preface. I am a fourth-generation descendant of slaves who toiled in the fields of Wingard Plantation in Wingard, Alabama, and I am the child of a family dedicated to and beneficiaries of education and professional development. Although my paternal grandparents had only 4th and 8th grade educations respectively, they nevertheless managed to instill in the minds of their 6 children the value of education. They saw it as a way that African American families, all families, could rise up out of slavery or poverty or a systemic lack of access to benefits. For them, the very saving of America rested on getting an education, and they embodied the value of education as a prioritized and imminent pursuit. 5 of those children earned college degrees, 5 earned master's degrees, and 2, including my father, earned doctorates. My father retired from a career in education with a final job as a public school superintendent. My mother retired from her position as head of human resources in the insurance industry. My sister earned her doctorate in English and is currently a college professor. I hold 4 academic degrees. My wife has 2. My extended family of aunts, uncles, and cousins holds jobs ranging from Wall Street executives and CEOs to college deans and prison wardens, to judges and lawyers, to colonels and entrepreneurs, to physicians, nurses, and engineers. Education degrees, in short, run rampant in my family. My own 25-year, as of 2021, professional career has focused on the education ecosystem, corporate, nonprofit, higher education, and K-12. The educational degrees I have received were granted from Stanford, Emory, Harvard, and the University of Pennsylvania, while a selected sample of my job descriptions represent the aforementioned ecosystem diversity: president at Temple, dean at Columbia, chief learning officer at Goldman Sachs, vice dean at Wharton, executive director at Stanford, senior fellow at the Aspen Institute, and senior vice president at ePals and CEO of the ePals Foundation. I value education. I have seen how it has advanced my family and so many other families, and I am aware of the benefits it has brought to my own career. To me, education is the best mechanism for inspiring talent, the best tool for measuring learning and achievement, the best foundational access to thought leadership at the highest level. 3 of my children are currently pursuing Columbia degrees. My wife and I certainly hope our other 2 children also attend college and earn degrees, to continue the legacy of opportunity for upward mobility that the degree has proven to be for our family over the last 100 years. To me, it remains an enabler of success and the basis of an individual's ability to rise to his or her rightful place in society and to a personally fulfilling life. I first started to pay attention to the economic value of the degree in the summer of 2017. As a dean at Columbia, I oversaw not just a graduate school featuring 16 Master of Science degrees, but also Columbia University's programs for high school students. That summer, I noticed a dramatic shift in the number of top employers recruiting directly from the pool of high school students in the summer program and away from the pool of students in the undergraduate and graduate programs. Something was up. The world's top companies, recruiting directly from high schools for professional roles previously reserved for college graduates. What was going on? Did these young students know enough? What was the angle? When I looked into it, the rationale I heard from the employers was that placement and performance data at the company level showed declining levels of job readiness and hiring satisfaction from college and graduate school hires. As a result, the hiring companies had to invest resources to train their newly trained college graduates in the skills needed to do the work. Since the college degree had ceased to be a guarantee that employers were going to get what they needed, why not hire younger and cheaper right out of high school? Invest the time and money instead to train high school graduates and gain the likely benefit of retaining them longer. I then embarked on a couple of years' worth of interviewing among recent college graduates at Columbia and around the country to try to learn how, in their eyes, their formal education had prepared them for their jobs. I also interviewed as many, if not more, employers on the same topic, with a special emphasis on interviews with senior leaders on site at Fortune 500 companies. I held focus groups with lay people about their thoughts on the topic and about any experience with similar outcomes. Overall, my research revealed that most Americans still believe a college degree is a pathway to professional success, and that most professional employers still selectively hire from colleges and universities for their junior talent. The value of the college degree still outpaces all other forms of professional preparation. But my research definitely leads me to believe that the sonic boom has been heard, and that a seismic shift is underway. The value of the college degree, in my estimation, has reached its peak and is on the wane thanks to a host of factors stretching from cost and affordability to curriculum relevance to rapidly evolving skill needs to advances in automation and technology, and including the disruption in the workforce due to the COVID-19 pandemic. As president of Temple University and professor of human resource development and organizational leadership, I aggressively challenge students, faculty, employers, and policymakers to proactively and continually scan the marketplace, plan scenarios, and predetermine changes in job contexts and market dynamics. By my own advice, it looks to me like the industry in which I work is at risk. Higher education is under fire. Higher education is losing its value. As of this writing, we still may be winning, but I don't see the winning as permanent. Some educational institutions are, in fact, currently losing to the point of extinction, while alternative organizations to college are capturing more and more competitive market share. Why is that? How is it happening? What actions can reverse the new trends? Will the next generation of students be predestined for college, or does the future suggest another route to skilled readiness? Will higher education pivot and adapt to resume supreme relevance, or will it resist change and be replaced? These are questions for Temple. These are questions for our global industry peers. In this book, I explore the plight in which the college degree now finds itself. I bring to this examination what I've learned through research, executive and operational management, leadership training, and executive coaching, all needed, I believe, to examine the complexities of both the current context and the likely future of learning. People have asked how, as a university president and professor, I can write a book that questions the value of the product I sell. How can I support my day job while profiling, or even championing, the successes of competitive alternatives? Well, listeners and friends, that is academic scholarship, and may the best solution win. Dr. Jason Wingard, Philadelphia, October 11th, 2021. Part 1. The Evolution of Job Readiness and Credentialing in the United States. Chapter 1. The College Degree, False Panacea, or Freighted Promise. Modern-day Dilemma. As Alicia updates her LinkedIn profile and resume to reflect a new internship, she worries, again, about her job prospects. A magna cum laude graduate of Princeton, Alicia majored in economics and English, was the president of Princeton Latinos y Amigos, mentored students in a local middle school, and was a member of the varsity soccer team for 2 years. She applied herself at Princeton, and she excelled. Focusing on her grades and on giving to the community, she did not work much while in school. During her summers, she joined her father at the Nabisco factory near their home in northern New Jersey, earning considerably more than she would have in internships or entry-level office work. But although she graduated with a degree from a prestigious university, Alicia is back home with her parents, immigrants from the Dominican Republic who have tried to give Alicia every advantage in the United States and who are confused by her dilemma. Everyone said that college was the path to the middle class, and Alicia remains determined to find a professional job soon. For one thing, the 6-month grace period for repaying her sizable student loans will soon expire. She hopes that her current unpaid internship in the communications office at Nabisco Mondelez's North American headquarters in East Hanover, New Jersey, will teach her some marketable job skills that can help put her in line for a professional position at Nabisco. Degree in question. A hypothesis. For most of the history of the United States, a college degree held only a minimal relationship to the labor market, work, and jobs. That began to change, slowly, around 1900, during the First Industrial Revolution, and then shift dramatically after World War II. From that point on, the interrelationship between the degree and a job or career followed a steep upward trajectory of growth and associated relevance, culminating in a golden age of peak connectedness from around 1990 until the Great Recession of 2008. But by the end of the recession, the value of the degree had plateaued, and it began a slow decline, prompting the emergence of an alternative education movement. This alternative both complements and supports the deficiencies of the long-standing, traditional college or university model. At the same time, it threatens to capture significant market share and, ultimately, to displace that model. This book addresses this hypothesis of the debunked degree and devalued college education that inspired the subsequent birth of the alternative education movement. It explores the hypothesis through research into and analysis of a variety of stakeholder lenses, those of employees, employers, and educational providers, by addressing a range of research questions. Throughout U.S. history, how has the relationship and interdependence between work and the college degree evolved? What are the cultural, economic, and labor forces that initially and increasingly made the degree so valuable for its constituencies? How have global market forces disrupted the traditional education model, thereby challenging and lessening its value? What has been the impact of these changes on students and employees, employers, and the education industry at large? What is the current value of college education to students and employees? What is the current value of a college education to employers? How are the competitive marketplace and the entrepreneurial business landscape responding to deficiencies in the degree's current value? What are leading examples of alternative solutions? What are the trending implications for the future of learning and the future of work as a result of the value shifts in the traditional college degree? Rise in relevance of the college degree. Ask just about any American born in the 20th century or the early decades of the 21st what it would have taken to achieve a successful lifetime career, and the answer almost surely would have been a college degree. For some 70 years, from approximately 1950 to around 2020, that answer was reliably accurate. For employers, the degree was a logical cutoff point for recruitment in an economy that had become increasingly dependent on information technology to fuel corporate and organizational success. and higher education was the obvious provider of those information technology.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?